Hello and welcome to our tour of Oahu, an island in Hawaii. So what we're going to do first is we're going to jump right into Google Maps. So first thing we're going to do is go to my profile, go into our YouTube channel right here. Go there, and in there you will see, within my profile, you will see my website and my Google Maps profile. Within the profile itself, over on the left-hand side, you're going to see that Hawaii Island Drive. And that is what I used today to make this little tour. So right here is Waikiki. This particular beach area is basically like a big city in Hawaii that you're probably staying at. So when you do, you're going to see there's a highway system throughout, right? So there's H1, H2, and H3 are the major highways. So this is a visual here from the basically like the highway history. Shows you basically if you jump on any of the major highways, you're not going to get lost. Just follow it in a big loop, right? So we followed H1 up. Wasn't very scenic, to be honest with you, from like that H2 perspective there. You'll pass the Dole Plantation. We stopped first at this bowl place here. Can't really pronounce the name too well, but you're going to come up this strip here. And we found it best to park right around this corner over here. There was a little boat marina, and it's actually where we ate the bowl at over there. But you just go in, you order, and you wait a couple of minutes and eat your food. But when we left, we cut down this way to continue back onto our path with using Google Maps again. Here's a representation to show you. On the right is their bowls in the pictures, and the left was my actual bowl. But we're going to follow this path within Google Maps. We're going to go, and I will show you in the video the Bonsai Pipeline, and we will see Turtle Bay and a pillbox and a war pillbox basically there, and a banyan tree. These food trucks here, they are cash only. Note to self, they are cash only, but we didn't get a chance to stop there, but it looked delicious based on everything I saw, and I really wish we did. Next, we hit this area here, and if you stay tuned in the video, you will see me get splashed by some unexpected water, big giant wave. But we followed that same path right down there on H3, and you will see right over here is Kualoa Ranch, where Jurassic Park was filmed and many other things, the show Lost, etc. Right here was a tunnel, which was awesome to go through, and we'll show you that in the same video to go through in a slingshot. Now let's travel the island. All right, so as we were traveling the island, I stopped, me and my wife stopped, but I got out and looked at some amazing views like this one. And some of the views aren't easy to get to, I should say. Like this one here, you can see all the rocks all the way down. And this video was, or not video, but this view was just amazing. We basically just parked as many times as we could and stopped at famous locations like this one here, which is the Bonsai Pipeline. Where there was so many famous things that were filmed here, TV shows like Hawaii Five-0 and World Surfing competitions still happen today here, and famous surfers live there because they have 30-foot waves. Right here, if you listen real well, you're going to hear some interesting sounds. Just one second.
Is there a monkey up there?
And then up next is the actual tree that was in the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a banyan tree, which they were actually brought to this island. And then we did a nice little quick walk. I say quick, it was probably about 0.2 of a mile. But this is the war pillbox itself, where some gunships for 1941, basically with World War II and Pearl Harbor, had happened. This area was my best place to go. And if you just listen in for a sec, you'll see why. that was right to the right is where I'm standing now. But if you have any questions or comments on how to get there, just go ahead and throw it in that comment box, and I'll answer as many questions as I can for you. But they give you a detailed history in most of the places that you go to. There's really cool island history about what that island means there. And next up, we're going to talk views and costs. And it is expensive to live there. You can see that the views are amazing. Like, seriously, like my wife said, that is your backyard. All right, look at these views. This was our travel all the way down. Now let's talk housing costs. All right, so like seriously, let's talk costs. The cost on these houses, guess, is about $1 million for the average home in the area. Right here is where Jurassic Park was filmed, and so much more, which we'll actually do a full tour in this video of. This was a free park that we stopped at, which if I was to go back in time, I would probably buy some food from that food truck and do a nice little picnic right here and just enjoy the view of the Mokaloi Island and just enjoy nature itself. And then right after this was probably the funnest time. So let's hop to it. Let's have some fun. This is called a Slingshot. We rented this at slingshotswaikiki.com. Awesome place. Not sponsored by no means, but it was amazing. Now, these can travel a pretty good speed. You can see that little windshield is maybe about 10 inches tall, somewhere around there, right there in the front. It does stop most of the wind for you, and surprisingly, my glasses stayed on, etc. And these things can go up to 125 miles per hour. But surprisingly, you feel very safe. We enjoyed it. Had a great time. You feel like you're driving in a Lamborghini speed-wise, but you can see that truck just passed me there, and with no problems. But I wasn't really gunning it too much. You see that house there? That's what I was talking about as far as pricing. Again, close to about $1 million, and multi-families living in these houses just to try and afford to live in the island itself. Now we headed right over to where Jurassic Park was filmed, and again, Lost and 51st Dates and so many other TV shows and movies throughout time. Now, one thing that we noticed as we're entering in here, I'll talk about it. The parking is free, right? So what that means is basically if you just want to go and check out this place and buy some souvenirs in the gift shop, stop in and check out the horseback riding, do things like that, you could just pull in and park and walk up and check out the place and then decide whether you want to buy some tickets or not. I would personally suggest to do two things. I would do the bus tour like we did, which you're going to see in this video. And then I would probably do the UTV ride based on what we saw as we were going throughout the tour. The horses, we didn't see much, but they were beautiful. The horseback riding itself, according to their website, was about $149.95 for a 2-hour ride. Then the UTV rides are also listed on the website. They are just off to the right of this particular location. So as you can see here on the website, right, it's $149.95 as the time of this video, right? That's how much it cost. So look at the date in this video, and that's how much it cost. But again, right to the right, you can go for a 3-hour UTV ride, and you can load up in this UTV. It's a guided tour. And you go through and enjoy. They do have locker rentals. You can sit there and wait in this particular area. There's restrooms, the gift shop. You would wait here in this area for the bus. And the bus tour itself is a tour guided tour. This is the original Jurassic Park entrance for the movie, and you can listen in to the driver here. So one second.
Jurassic Park orange Jeep. Remember in that old garage they found? Yeah, welcome. Beautiful place.
Great bus driver, had humor, had a great time. The brakes were a little squeaky. This was a World War II bunker that's built inside of the mountain. Very intelligent design, right? You can see that bunker up on that right there. That bunker itself, I can only imagine the power behind that gun, really, at the bunker. But this was used in World War II, and of course during the Pearl Harbor bombing that had happened in 1941. I believe it was December 7th, if I remember correctly. But you will see the old posters, right, and memorabilia, and then they do have two large walls here, right, of videos and movies and TV shows, everything that was filmed there, right? And again, everything from Jurassic Park to Jurassic World, 51st Dates, and of course the show Lost, right? Now, for perspective, right over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see some water down there, right? So that is pretty much where we were on that road on the outskirts of the island there on H3. Right, and as you're going through, the bus driver will give you a tour and explain all of the movies and all of the TV shows and everything about the location, how they raise their own pigs, and of course, that's what you're eating when you're in the gift shop and the restaurant. Is all of the natural things.
Agricultural center here.
The bus driver talks about the agricultural center.
Really the heart and soul of, the ranch. And, very
Let's listen in for a sec.
Everybody loves our food, even if you're not doing a buffet. Let's go into Auntie Pat's Cafe in the visitor center. Usually got good lunch specials and local food, like the number one is always good. Here we have our shaking house with some starter plants and a lot of dragon fruit growing on the boats. Anybody like dragon?
All right. Now, in this area here, the movie Pearl Harbor, they used it as part of like a CGI effect, but it's pretty cool. And that footprint was left behind from one of the famous movies, of course. And in this area, Jurassic Park was filmed. 51st Dates, one of my favorite movies, the road scene where the penguin gets ran over by the Jeep, right? Cow is actually called Pee-Pee in Hawaiian. And these huts here, they have a significant meaning behind each hut. And you'll see each hut has a different level, right? So there is a significant meaning behind that. And you can Google that yourselves. In this area, this is called the Boneyard. So that skull that's off on the left there, this one right here, that actually had rolled down the hill during a big storm, and there was a high cost that they wanted to charge to replace it. And instead, they ended up fixing it themselves right there at the ranch. But this is pretty much the end of the tour. I thank you for hanging by. If you've hung in this long, please look at my bio and look at my links and subscribe. And I really greatly appreciate you listening in on my channel, and enjoy Waikiki.